One company that has reached out to me a few times to send and try some products is BPI Sports. And wow, I thought they were gonna send me the small one. I don't normally keep protein powder in-house except for a few travel packets that I throw in my gym bag, and actually some of the chocolate whey from Whole Foods, just because Miss Camera Lady Boo thing there doesn't get quite enough protein and nutrition, so I make sure she gets that. So this is their chocolate brownie BPI Sports new standard best protein. Looks like we got about 120 calories per scoop, 2 grams of fat, 3 grams of carb, and 24 grams protein. So all in all, pretty well balanced, typical run-of-the-mill protein powder. So shout out to BPI, thank you so much for this. I'm gonna give it a whirl, and ooh, a little bag of nifty gifties. Oh, these are actually so good. So I'm a big fan of the Quest protein bars, but these are the BPI best protein bars. So they're little snack sizes. They're 20 grams of protein. Now, not in this little snack version, but in the full version. So this is white chocolate pretzel, and yeah, a whole bunch of white chocolate pretzel. So nifty gifties. Thank you so much to BPI, and I'm sorry for the dishwasher. Stay tuned. Next video, I'm gonna try to get a taste test in of BPI in the next clip, because by the time you're seeing this, the next day I will be doing a leg workout over at District Barbell. So that's that. Good morning, world. It's your boy. I have no idea why I'm talking like that. I apologize. So it is more or less kind of Friday for the week, Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve, or if you're my Ruski friends, getting ready for Dien Благодарения. Yes, that's right, people, I speak Russian. So, my morning ritual. I wake up, I chug a glass of water. I have my morning poo. I chug my Organifi greens juice, then make my way over here to Starbucks and tap into my inner basic white girl, get myself a coffee. Now, not extremely basic because I don't get PSLs or anything like that. Okay, maybe once or twice a year. But my go-to every morning is a cold brew. Now, they have a holiday special. They have a spiced cold brew, which is super delicious. So it has a little bit of some mold, something. I don't know. They just, I think they take like mini Christmas trees and just crinkle them up into the drink. So, Team Cold Brew year-round. It is literally freezing outside right now. It's 32 degrees. It's cold as balls. So I'm gonna go knock this out, get my caffeinated self going, and then we're gonna go have our last day of the week at work, and then heading to District Barbell to get some heavy ass squats. We cold brew life. Now, yes, some of you may be watching this and asking, Chase, why do you have so much energy? How? You know why? Because the power of positivity. Also, I take my vitamins, I take my greens juice, and yeah, just wake up. Piss excellence! So the parking lot behind my building, which is, that's my work building right there, is now a giant hole. I have this lovely construction scene to come to work to every day for the next year and literally dodge bulldozers. I'm trying to park my freaking car. That is a massive erection. I have my lovely new assistant holding the camera. What I'm doing is a live taste test. BPI chocolate brownie protein. 1, 2. Yeah, that'll do. Thank you, BPI. On the way to the gym, always like to get pumped up on the way. Let go! Alright, so going for the AMRAP 315, I'm gonna follow through with my trick that I picked up from Nick when I was there in Texas, and that is doing a little pre-fatigue action, doing some hamstring curls and leg extensions, because honestly, it doesn't make any sense to me to pre-fatigue, pre-exhaust, but I do know that it worked for me last week when I was able to hit 315 for a set of 4, and then a set of 3, and then a set of 2. So hopefully the same process works for me this go round.
I'd walk with the lions, and I swim with the sharks, and I go through fire, I'm running through the dark. I cross the oceans, and I walk for miles,
exhaustion, pre-fatigue, extensions, curls, and I'm gonna hop in. I normally would just go right into a dynamic warm-up with the bar, knock out a few body weight sets, but with this, being a little pump already, I'm just gonna jump into 135 for one set of 8 to 10, jump into the 225, and go from there since I'm heading for the 315 AMRAP.
Take my hand and be one with me, be one with me. You and I could be running free. Take my hand and be one with me, be one with me, yeah. 'Cause I got the heart of a lion.
Alright, so dynamic warm-up going really well. Got 265 on the bar right now. I'm probably gonna do maybe 2 reps. Because after that, I'm jumping straight into 315 and wrap.
So be one with me. So be one with me. So be one with me.
Big breath.
Develop one.
Up, push it up! White people. Killing this AMRAP. Let there be a lesson. Shout out to that guy who left a comment on my last rebuild video about mindset is everything and then you failed the rep. So, you know what? You can think all you want, you can see it all you want, but sometimes it's just not in the cards. But I'm all about stacking the conditions ever in your favor. So today I was thinking, you know what? I'm gonna at least get 5. You know what? Freaking got 6. So it's all about the environment. I really think that pre-fatigue workout of the hamstring curls and extensions are my new when it comes to squats. So I think I'm gonna turn this into an AMRAP, AMSAP. So I'm gonna keep 315 on the rack and then just go for as many sets as I can get.
We'll play with the tigers and we'll dance in the dark, and we'll fight fire till we see the stars. I cross the oceans and I walk for miles, be wild in devotion, nothing that I wouldn't do. Take my hand and be one with me, be one with me. You and I could be running free. Take my hand and be one with me, be one with me, yeah. 'Cause I got the heart of a lion. So be one with me. So be one with me.
Dude, I have like no balance.
Alrighty gang, so that's gonna be a wrap. This is a kind of surprise revive of my rebuild series. And now the reason behind this was, I guess, twofold. One, I really like the series. I like the idea of kind of just having a regular thing, but also my trip to Texas was kind of a reminder that the time I spent preparing to meet up with Nick and Preston for that meetup. I didn't want to stop there. I didn't want to stop putting myself in, I didn't want to stop setting goals for myself and kind of continuing to push myself. And I'm glad that I didn't, because tonight was proof that when you set your mind to something and create a plan and then follow through with that plan, you have much better success. So nothing really new, nothing rocket science here, nothing that I don't already teach to my clients and patients, but I was just kind of letting myself go, which is okay, it happens, life gets in the way a lot of times, but I'm glad to continue this rebuild series, and I think I will continue to set great PRs, great benchmarks in my training. Now my goal for this is to continue with my big main lifts, my squat, my bench, and then my deadlift. So I hit a volume PR today on squat. I'm still shooting to get back to 405 on my deadlift, and I've been hovering at about 250, 255 on my bench press for a while. So I'm just gonna use each one of these rebuild videos to push myself even further and to bring you along the way. And as always, keep myself accountable and help me, you, help me keep myself accountable. So thanks again for joining in the series. Welcome back to the rebuild. I'll see you guys next time.